we have pulled together, we're going to be tracking the evolution of marketing. And it's really a roadmap, a story of how businesses interact with the world, moving from, basic transactions all the way to fully immersive blended reality.
Yeah.
We're charting the path to marketing 6.0.
It's such a fascinating journey because it really shows how customer priorities have, evolved right alongside technology. The sources start way, way back with marketing 1.0.
Right.
Which was so straightforward. It was just product-centric, all about features, functional benefits.
Pure volume, pure mass market.
Exactly. Then the focus shifted a bit to marketing 2.0, where we moved into a more customer-oriented phase. Here, the focus was segmentation, understanding demographics, meeting some basic emotional needs.
Okay.
But the critical transition point, the one our sources really focus on, is 2010. That's the arrival of marketing 3.0, where the focus shifted dramatically to being human-centric.
And that's the first big narrative twist in this whole story, isn't it? That 3.0 era introduced the idea that consumers weren't just looking for a good product.
Right, from 1.0.
Or emotional satisfaction from 2.0. They were seeking something bigger. They wanted, this is the term from the sources, spiritual fulfillment from the brands they supported.
Yeah.
They needed to connect to a purpose that was, larger than the transaction itself.
And that desire for purpose is precisely what sets the stage for everything that comes after. Customers really started asking, what does this brand stand for? What societal problem does it help solve?
Right.
This is the point where marketing aligns itself, sometimes, quite forcefully, with goals like the UN Sustainable Development Goals.
Okay, so let's clarify that for you listening, because you might be focused just on the marketing side of things. When we talk about the UN Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, we're talking about a set of global objectives. There are 17 of them, related to ending poverty, protecting the planet, ensuring prosperity. And our sources say that in this 3.0 world, aligning with the SDGs isn't just optional.
No, it's expected. It's the path for any brand that wants to be seen as solving, quote, humanity's biggest problems.
And you see the strategy executed on a massive scale by the biggest players?
Oh, absolutely. Take Procter & Gamble, P&G. They have this immense share of voice globally, and they use that to advocate for huge societal themes, diversity, equity, inclusion, through these incredibly powerful storytelling campaigns.
For brands like Always, Gillette, Pampers.
Exactly. It's about leveraging that marketing megaphone to drive tangible change. It's not just about selling soap or razors anymore. It's about selling a worldview.
But the source material gives an even more interesting angle, which is how this human-centric focus actually expands markets.
Yeah.
It serves communities that were previously underserved.
And that's where the power of technology starts to merge with purpose. Look at Google's Next Billion Users program. There's this one incredible example they cite.
Involving Google Lens, which is, a pretty basic tech in the marketing toolkit, to read words aloud to illiterate individuals in developing countries.
Wow.
That action, which helps a user navigate their world, connects marketing directly to inclusive societal objectives. It literally changes lives, which is the ultimate fulfillment of that 3.0 ethos.
That application of tech in the service of purpose is the perfect bridge, really. It takes us directly into the digital acceleration that defined marketing 4.0 and 5.0.
Absolutely. Marketing 4.0 was fundamentally inspired by Industry 4.0.
Okay.
That was the German government's strategic pushback in 2011 to integrate digital tech into manufacturing and daily life. So marketing took that cue and stressed the shift from traditional to purely digital.
And that was focused on those newly digital savvy generations.
Exactly. And this gave us the foundations of, everything we do online today. We're talking about content marketing, creating and sharing valuable content, mainly through social media. And the really essential concept of omnichannel marketing. That's the coordinated effort to integrate every online and offline touch point into one seamless customer experience.
And the source data on the pandemic's impact here is just astounding. These strategies weren't just good ideas, they became like mandatory life support.
Right.
During that time, 2/3 of local businesses adopted content marketing. That led to a spending increase of nearly $20 billion.
Wow.
And omnichannel implementation just skyrocketed. Over 75% of businesses across all sectors implemented it to bridge that physical gap created by lockdowns.
So 4.0 is about going digital and integrating the experience. But then comes the technological powerhouse of 5.0.
Right. And that was inspired by Society 5.0, which was the Japanese government's vision from 2016, focused on using technology for humanity. And its primary tool was artificial intelligence.
AI is the non-negotiable cornerstone of marketing 5.0 then.
It's what allowed personalization and scale to truly explode. AI essentially replicates human cognitive skills, problem solving, decision making, pattern recognition, but at a scope no human team ever could.
We hear so much about the ethical risks and the historical fears around job displacement when AI comes up. And those are real conversations.
Sure.
But if we focus purely on the marketing application,
Yeah.
AI's power to analyze these vast volumes of data and predict outcomes is really what drives relevance for the customer.
It creates that true personalized experience. And we see it used not just for targeted ads, but for foundational product strategy. You just have to look at PepsiCo.
Okay.
They're using AI to collect insights not just from their own internal data, but from social media conversations, digital consumer sentiment, and even analysis of online recipe commentaries.
Wait, they're using it to read recipes. That's incredibly detailed.
Precisely. They analyze what flavors, ingredients, and trends consumers are mixing up on their own, outside of a formal market research setting.
I see.
And this real-time, unstructured data informs new product categories and flavors. It's resulted in things like their off-the-eaten-path snack line or new Propel sports drink formulations.
So it shifts AI from some futuristic idea into a tangible engine for corporate growth.
It does. And the sources confirm AI is only getting better at this human-machine collaboration. Interactive language models like ChatGPT represent a major step forward, making those vast data sets much more accessible and, conversational for marketers.
Which brings us to the future marketing 6.0. All this technology and purpose-driven history has paved the way for a generation that really doesn't distinguish between online and offline reality.
We're talking about the digital native cohorts, Gen Z and the even younger Gen Alpha.
And they demand immersive interactions that completely blur the line between the physical and the digital worlds.
And this immersive environment is why the resulting paradigm is called meta marketing. The name itself, meta, comes from the Greek, meaning beyond or transcending.
So meta marketing is defined as an approach that transcends the traditional boundaries, the ones we worked so hard to integrate in 4.0 and 5.0, to create a unified, fully immersive experience where the customer perceives no distinction between physical and digital realities.
Exactly.
This is a really critical point of structure for you if you're listening. We need to clearly separate this from the two paradigms that came before it, multi-channel and omni-channel.
Right. Multi-channel was simple, using different channels independently.
So think of that beverage company example.
Yeah, they might run TV ads for an older demographic focusing on health benefits, and at the same time run completely separate Instagram campaigns targeting younger customers based purely on, say, trendy flavor profiles.
The goals and customer journeys were segmented and separate.
Completely. Then omni-channel came in, and that was the integrated, seamless upgrade. The channels started to complement each other in a single customer journey.
And you introduced the best way to understand this, the tension between web rooming and showrooming.
Absolutely. So in web rooming, which is really common in consumer electronics, the customer does all the heavy research and comparison shopping online first.
Right.
And then they go into a physical store to actually make the purchase. The digital media starts the funnel, but the physical location completes the transaction.
And showrooming just reverses that.
Yeah.
This is typical in fashion. You go to a physical store, you try on the clothes to check the fit and feel, then you make the final purchase online, often looking for a better price or a specific color that wasn't in the store. Omni-channel successfully integrated those back and forth journeys.
But, and this is the key, meta marketing makes this massive leap from just integration to full immersion.
Okay.
It's not just supporting an integrated journey, it's delivering digital experiences inside physical spaces or real-life experiences inside virtual environments, completely eliminating any sense of transition.
That makes perfect sense. But given all the excitement around the metaverse and VR, it's really important to remember that physical retail isn't dead. Our sources provide a bit of a reality check on that.
Yeah. Yes, and this is crucial for the blended strategy of 6.0. E-commerce in 2022 was still only about 15% of total retail sales in the U.S.
Only 15%.
And even in markets like China, which are often cited as the most digitally advanced, the penetration is under 7%. The convergence of traditional and digital is still the key battlefield.
That's why Gartner says 56% of marketing budgets are digital, but the rest remains firmly allocated to offline channels. You just can't ignore the physical world.
Not at all.
Well, that sets up our analysis of the building blocks perfectly. If meta marketing is the destination, we need to look at the vehicles that get us there. The source material organizes the tech into 3 layers, starting with layer 1, the 5 core technological enablers.
Okay, so we begin with the foundational data layer, the Internet of Things, or IoT.
The digital eyes and ears.
Exactly. These are the interconnected sensors that capture real-time data from the physical environment and translate it into actionable digital information.
So what's the most immediate marketing application of this in, say, the physical world?
In high street retail, it's all about hyper-relevance. IoT allows retailers to detect a customer's movement and their dwell time in a physical store.
Okay.
So if you pause for 30 seconds in front of the coffee aisle, the retailer can instantly push a location-based in-app promotion for that specific brand of coffee right to your phone.
The store is literally talking to you in real time.
It is, and that real-time behavioral data flows directly into the second enabler, artificial intelligence. We already discussed its power in 5.0, but in 6.0, it becomes the decision maker for the immersive experience.
So AI is empowered by that IoT data stream.
Right. It moves beyond just predicting market trends to delivering highly personalized one-to-one marketing strategies at scale. It's analyzing your real-time actions and instantly offering the most relevant product or piece of content tailored precisely to you, right there, right then.
Okay, so the third enabler is one we hear less about, but sounds fundamental to bridging this digital-physical divide. Spatial computing.
It is fundamental. Spatial computing is the set of technologies that allows digital content and interactions to exist persistently within a physical space. It's what makes the digital layer feel native to the real world.
And the classic application here is the smart fitting room.
It is.
So how does a smart fitting room fundamentally change the experience? It's more than just a fancy mirror, right?
Oh, much more. It uses cameras and sensors, that's the IoT foundation, powered by AI, to instantly identify the clothing you brought in. But the spatial computing element allows the system to provide personalized styling recommendations on a display screen that feels like a natural part of the room.
And virtual try-ons.
And then instant virtual try-ons of different colors or accessories without ever taking off your current outfit. It transforms the physical act of shopping using digital native tools.
So it's not just projecting an image onto reality, it's integrating digital functionality into that specific physical space. That leads us right to the fourth enablers, the core of the immersion experience, AR and VR.
Right. Augmented and virtual reality. These two technologies, which we collectively call extended reality, are really the customer-facing components of immersion.
Okay, so let's start with AR.
AR enhances reality by overlaying digital elements onto the real world. You've seen the classic examples like the Pokemon Go craze where virtual creatures appeared in real locations.
Right.
Or the IKEA app, which lets you virtually place a sofa in your actual living room. L'Oreal's virtual makeup try-on features are perfect examples of AR transforming product sampling.
And then VR creates reality. It completely immerses users in an entirely digital world, detached from their physical surroundings.
And this creates powerful experiential marketing opportunities. The sources cite car manufacturers like Volvo and BMW using VR for virtual test drives.
So prospective customers can experience the car without ever stepping into a dealership.
Exactly. And it's not just for products. The New York Times used VR to deliver incredibly rich, multimedia-enhanced stories, transforming passive reading into an active experience.
That's a huge move from reading to experiencing. Finally, the fifth enabler, which is critical for securing this new virtual world, blockchain.
Blockchain's role here is to provide the backbone for a decentralized internet. In the context of meta marketing, it is fundamentally the trust layer.
Okay.
It serves as the foundation for community-driven metaverses, allowing content creators ownership over their digital assets, their creations, their unique identifiers through things like NFTs.
But how does that affect the typical marketer or business?
It enables robust, functioning virtual economies. Because of the security and traceability from the blockchain, businesses can set up commerce systems with virtual currency and verified asset ownership. It allows for seamless virtual transactions.
It's the infrastructure that ensures your digital storefront in the metaverse is trustworthy and functional.
Precisely.
That array of 5 technologies sets the table perfectly for Layer 2. The resulting environments where all this meta marketing happens, and we have extended realities, or XR, as the first environment.
Yeah, XR is the term for those digitally augmented physical spaces, everything from an interactive storefront window to those smart fitting rooms we talked about. The goal here is seamless convenience.
Using digital tech to streamline the physical transaction.
Exactly. Think about quick, automated checkouts or personalized engagements via interactive, responsive displays that instantly recognize loyalty members.
So it enhances the physical retail experience using digital tools. Like you can use your mobile app in the store to scan a QR code next to a pair of shoes and instantly get rich multimedia content, reviews, styling videos. It turns in-store research into an engaging, integrated activity.
And then the second environment is the metaverse. This is the ultimate convergence environment. It refers specifically to these fully functional, persistent virtual worlds that resemble our physical one.
And that key word there is persistent. This is the immersive version of social media, mainly for the Gen Z and Gen Alpha cohorts.
Totally. Individuals are represented by avatars, and virtual assets function and are treated like physical objects, thanks to that blockchain foundation we mentioned.
And while its origins were firmly in the gaming world, Roblox, Fortnite, Minecraft, the concept has just exploded beyond gaming.
It really has. The most famous examples of that expansion are the massive virtual events, which prove the environment is ready for commerce and culture.
Right. The sources highlight the hosting of these huge musical concerts within platforms like Fortnite for artists such as Marshmello, Travis Scott, and Ariana Grande.
And these weren't just broadcasts, they were shared, interactive, virtual experiences.
So if we synthesize everything, we see that Marketing 6.0, or meta marketing, represents this final ultimate convergence. It eliminates the distinction between the physical and digital realms by actively using both extended realities and the metaverse.
Creating that seamless, fully immersive customer journey we discussed at the start.
We've tracked this incredible journey from the fundamental product focus in 1.0 through the search for spiritual fulfillment in 3.0 to the AI-powered personalization in 5.0. Now in 6.0, the core technologies, AI, AR, VR, IoT, and blockchain are completely woven together to serve the truly digitally native customer.
It's a powerful technological story, but here's the final provocative thought that our sources raise that every marketer really needs to wrestle with.
Okay.
Despite this massive drive toward complete digital immersion, the research clearly noted that a significant portion of the customer experience will continue to occur in physical spaces.
Right.
And maybe most surprisingly, most customers still find the human touch appealing.
Which raises a crucial business question as you plan for Marketing 6.0. How do businesses ensure that these powerful new technologies, the smart fitting rooms, the instant notifications, the virtual worlds, truly augment that irreplaceable human connection and the physical space?
Instead of trying to replace them entirely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not just a technical challenge, it's a strategic one that defines the continued art of convergence.
Something to mull over as you watch your own physical and digital worlds continue to merge.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive.